Let's count 1 to 10 to check if there's synchronicity or whatever that word is. 5,
6,
7,
8,
9.
10. Third world internet. Thank you.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Pen.
Noobs!
I'm Ryan, and she's
Jika.
and welcome back to another episode wherein we were going to talk about something very exciting to look forward to in September.
September 1st. Ito na.
September. So as you know, in the planner stationery community, it is in September wherein brands would release their different lineups for 2022. So these could be journals, planners in different shapes and sizes. But of course, as we start our usual episode, we begin with the noob discovery. So, Jika, do you want to share your discovery?
Yeah, I'm going first today because Ryan's noob discovery is quite related to what we're going to talk about. Mine is not at all. It however has something to do with writing and gadget usage, and I recently just this afternoon got quote unquote diagnosed by my cousin who's a doctor. I had posted last night that I needed wrist supports because I'd been feeling really like badly. My hand started to get a lot of pain after like extensive use because of teaching online. So I don't know what you call it. It's like Degervain's tendosinitis or something like that. But I guess it's something to watch out for people who write a lot and people who just use their mouse a lot. So maybe that's something to watch out for. It's not totally pen noobs related or pen related, but it could be. Just like check in on how your thumb tendon feels in particular days and whether or not your hands are already weak. So we want to keep writing for a long time. So avoid
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I do think it's kind of pen related. I mean, hello, how can you write with no hand?
That's true. It's about like hand movement and everything. And they don't teach it to you at school that when you write, there's a lot of wrist movement involved and it really does fatigue your wrist. Whereas, say, by comparison, when you're using your computer mouse, what should be moving should be your elbow. So sometimes the writing habit or the muscle memory of wrist movement translates into mouse movement. So greater fatigue happens. And right now, my tendons inflamed because of it. Yay.
Well, yeah, actually, before we go to my new discovery, I just want to share something I just discovered in relation to that. But I do also plan to buy it, but maybe it might be helpful for you and also for other listeners. I do know that there are some computer mouse that has the roller ball or like the sensor on the side. So instead of like dragging the mouse, you just use your thumb.
Oh,
Like
that's
so,
really
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, so I saw that in some of the YouTube videos I'm watching, wherein people would renovate or update their desks, their work desks. So like I saw that mouse, I'm like, ooh, interesting. I remember it's a Logitech. The brand is a Logitech. I just can't find it on Shopee.
I'll be sure to find it as well because right now, like my doctor cousin did tell me, you gotta rest your hand for 3 days. And I'm like, thank God there's a holiday on Monday, but you can't not use your phone. It's been taking me longer to just use my left hand this whole time. And I can't write in my journal with my left hand. So it's painful in more ways than one.
I guess it's time for you to use voice memos this time around.
Oh no, how horrible. How not analog. But for journaling, for pen use, let's do this. Anyway, what's
Yeah.
your noob discovery?
Okay, so my new discovery, yes, is a very noob thing, especially if you've been into Hobonichis for like forever, because I just recently learned that aside from the collaborations available in their usual lineup, let's say for 2021 and 2022, they also have some exclusive editions and like collaboration edition. And I found out about this when I saw in the Hobonichi Instagram a collection of weeks, Hobonichi weeks with caterpillar design, insects, fruits, and I think I shared that with you, Jika, and I said, "Oh, this is a very Jika weeks." Yeah, and then I also saw a bunch of other designs wherein it's like there are frogs. I just couldn't find the name, and then there's this design wherein it's very Japanese. I think they call it the Moomin cover for the weeks. And then yeah, I remember now the insects, the caterpillars. It's called the Very Hungry Caterpillar series. Yeah, it's with Eric Carle.
Yeah.
Eric Carle. I'm sorry, I did not sabotage your name, but yeah, it's Eric
No,
Carle.
you're right.
Then
Eric Carle. Eric Carle is a children's book writer and illustrator. He died fairly recently. My nephew, who's 6, has
oh,
had his book since before he was born. So yeah, I think I've seen that cover. I'm more curious though about the black leather special or like collaboration one that they did on IG Live and you linked to me a while ago. So
yeah.
do you have the link to that? Are we
Actually, I don't have it. I can't see it in the website yet, but maybe to our listeners, if you do find it, like please do let us know if you find it. We did see it earlier during the IG live of Hobonichi. It's just that everything was in Japanese, and so we couldn't. Well, I couldn't keep up. I'm sure G Cup was able to pick up something from there, but as for me, I'm like beautiful.
I want it? How will I get it? But I don't understand how to get it.
Yeah, exactly. So actually my noob discovery is related to what this episode is all about. And this episode is going to be about Jika, do the honors.
Hobonichi!
Hobonichi. Yes. So I think you guys have listened to our episodes before when I did share that I got into Hobonichi because of Jika, and that's the reason why I wanted Jika to say Hobonichi because she was the person who influenced me to get Hobonichi.
Oh, what a good time to be alive. It's like Christmas came early, honestly. Christmas in September. Burr months are a real thing. So thank you, Japan and planner season. Thank you, Hobonichi.
Yeah, thank you so much, Hobonichi and other planner brands. Now, don't worry, we will do another episode talking about the other brands. But for this time around, we will just cover Hobonichi because there are a lot of options, and we like to like savor all of the options and like help you guys navigate through the website, especially if you're a noob. You're like you don't know how to navigate the Hobonichi website.
Yeah, or you
So
don't know that they ship to the Philippines, which is
yeah.
something we only discovered late 2019, early 2020. So a lot of people don't buy straight from the Hobonichi website when you can, and it actually arrives earlier than our Shopee orders from local.
Actually. Okay. So for this episode, it's going to be an opportunity for us to go through the collection, and it's like a live commentary of like, oh, what sparks joy. Actually, it's gonna be the motif of this episode. We're gonna talk about what sparks joy from the 2022 lineup. So think, Jika, we can get started. If you are listening through YouTube, you'll be able to see the the screen. But if you are listening through Spotify and other podcast applications and streaming venues, we will do our best to make use of our imagery language, visual words to help you visualize it. And of course, this will help you also appreciate the goods that we're going to talk about in this episode.
Yeah, it's like a test of our English teacher backgrounds. So the pressure is on. But for now, we shall start screen sharing.
Okay.
Dum, dum, dum. Where's my notebook? It's okay, Raya, if it takes time because I can totally edit this to emit that. Yay!
Okay. So here is the website. So if you're new to the whole Hobonichi, their URL is 1101.com. Yeah. So that's 1101.com. Although honestly, I still don't know why it's 1101.com.
Exactly. But I don't know, the Japanese seem to have a fascination with numbers like 1911, 3997, and I'm like, I don't get it. I'm too lazy to research it, but if any of you know what 1101 means, please tell us.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks in advance. Thanks in advance. Okay, so we will go through the Techo lineup. Do we want to cover the books first?
Yeah, let's do that. Basic books and sizes that are available. What does
Oh.
techo mean, by the way?
Techo is a Japanese word for planner. Is that right? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now it's left. All that's left is for us to figure what hobo means. Okay. We know a different meaning for hobo. It's not the most positive thing, but I'm sure the Japanese have their reasons. Thank you.
Okay, so let's look at the A6. Yeah, probably we'll do it like A6 first, and then let's go through the cover designs, and then we'll go through the A5. Is that okay? Let's go through each size.
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. So here you will find in the website the A6 size Hobonichi Techo. So they have the planner, the original, and the day free.
Mm-hmm.
So, when I was buying it last year, like I don't know, like what's the difference between a planner and an original? It's the same.
Mm-hmm.
But the planner is the English version, as what you'll get to see in the website. And then the original is the Japanese one. And then Jika has experience with the AVEC, so maybe Jika can share about
Yeah,
the
the
original.
avec is essentially just the original or the planner split into two because it's there if you want to have a lighter carry, or if you tend to cram in a lot of realia, or like you tend to collage on your in your Hobonichi. So if you want to have two books instead of one, get the avec.
Okay, get the effect. If you don't want your books to be chunky.
True.
And now we have the day free, which I have not tried getting an A6 size day free, but I do have an A5 one. So the day free essentially has a calendar similar to the other planners, but it's not dated. That's why it's called day free because there are no dates. So it's not one page and then one page per day. It's gonna be just a calendar, and then the next set of pages would be day free, as what the name says. It's just, but there's a comic strip, like a flip art. I sorry, my language, not very particular with what they call it, but yeah, you can flip the pages, the bottom right corner, and then you get to see some movement, some form of animation happening.
Oh, this
The
year's
page.
animation is quite cute. Last year's was a fox, but this
Yeah,
year is this like little person made by a particular artist. And then on the promo material, one of the the human, the cartoon had that person with his butt out. It was so cute. It was
yeah.
so cute.
Thank goodness we're calling it a human. We don't want to label its gender, but we will call it.
I don't know what to call it, the cartoon. But yeah. Oh wait, Ryan, before we move on, I have a question. So you had
Yes.
said, and I don't own a day free, but you'd said that there's like one page per day and it's undated. But it does have a monthly calendar in the front. Is that monthly calendar dated?
Yes, it is. It is.
Okay, got it, got it. Well, I'm thinking of getting one.
So it's for 2022. I'm not really sure when it starts, maybe November, and then it ends, I think, around March. Yeah,
Oh,
of the
that's a
next
lot.
year.
That's a lot. That means you can already start putting stuff in early. Wow, I like that.
Yeah, so I think it's the same monthly calendar as the other planners. It's just that it doesn't have the weekly, or like, yeah, the weekly one as what you we get to find in an A5 planner.
Mm, I think I can
Yeah.
cover the A5 stuff then.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
that's
so here are the A6 choices. So you have the planner, which is in English, original, which is in Japanese, avec, which is divided into two. So that's January to June and July to December, and you have the day free. So Jika, among the four choices, like, I'm not sure if we can even say it still sparks joy, because I mean it doesn't really change in terms of layout. But like, what do you see yourself getting this year, or for next year rather?
nothing from the A6. I just want the covers. I don't want the books because the books seem so small. They're actually around the size of my hand. What's A6 size in inches? A6 size in inches. Thank you, Google.
Sorry,
A6
numbers.
in inches is 4.1 by 5.8 inches. So it's just around, it's smaller than a postcard.
Yeah.
So like I'm not particular to the size. I am, however, willing to get like one of their A6 notebooks, which we will talk about in like the accessories pages, because there's a new one and I'm more into the A5. What about you? Are you gonna get anything A6?
Well, honestly, I do want to get one
Which one?
simply because I want one of the covers. But in terms of like which one, I'm not super sure yet, because I haven't done a Techo Kaigi yet for like 2022. Like, I haven't planned yet like how I'm gonna plan next year, because so far one of the Hobonichi products which I got for spring works really well for me, and we'll go to that later. But I did like the planner in English,
Mm-hmm.
um, because it doesn't have the other features that the original one has, like tick boxes. So you can use it as a journal, the planner. And I do see people using it as a creative space for watercoloring, testing out their inks, creating art. Yeah.
Are you gonna
So,
get into watercolors next year? Are you hinting at that?
well, right now I just don't really know what I'm gonna use, because I did make an attempt to like make a creative journal, or like a creativity journal. It's just not, it's I just can't as of this time. Sorry, I just
It's
can't.
all right. Okay, let's talk about the A5s then, because that's my baby. A5s. Anyway, while Ryan's scrolling on the screen to get to that part of the page, all you really have to expect from the A5 is that it's bigger. It's your typical A5 size, which is in inches, 5.8 by 8.3 inches. Okay, so it's bigger than the A6, and that's why it is my child. It comes in the same book form, so you've got the, oh wait, no, it doesn't have the English. So there is no English Hobonichi A5. Rather, all you have are Japanese ones that come in the form of a cousin avec, or a two book cousin. Also had a day free. One of the main differences really between the A6 and A5, at least the cousins and the cousin avec, is that they have weekly pages. So both the A6 and the A5 have monthly pages or monthly spreads, 2 pages across. And they both have daily pages, 2 pages across across, well, one spread. And then, but the cousin and the cousin avec have vertical weekly spreads. So that's also what I like about it, because I like having options. It feels like when you have an A5 cousin or cousin avec, you're actually pretty good to go for all the journaling stuff, say in the daily pages, for the weekly tracking and overview in the weekly pages, and also a general monthly overview, maybe to highlight events of note, or like say Gantt chart your stuff. in the monthly pages as well. And the day free was added. I don't know how old it is. 1 year, 2 years old. Am I
I
right?
think
One year.
2019, that it was launched in 2019. Please just correct us if we make a mistake. But as far as my research goes, back then, like the day free was launched in 2019. It was its second year in 2020.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we are. So I've never owned a day free. I've only owned um this is also why I stopped with Hobonichi. In 2016, that was when I got my first avec. It was A6. I did not enjoy it. Okay. So I stopped for I think 2 years, and then I went back for 2020 and I got an A5 cousin because I tend to like everything in just one book. And then this year, what sparks joy is the day free A5.
Yeah, yay, day free A5.
Yeah, I like freedom. But I also like having freedom limited by like monthly increments. So it's not exactly freedom.
Yeah. Actually, the day free is a nice book if you want something like for work with still a bit of structure because it has a monthly calendar, but there's also that freedom. The next set of pages, you're free to write whatever you want.
That's true. And I do plan on using the the A5 day free for work for that exact reason. Currently, in my lineup, I use a Hobonichi plain notebook in A5, meaning I have to draw my calendar many times over. And I'm sick and tired of exerting unnecessary effort when a day free is there. Yay.
Yay. But how about for the journal? Are you going to keep the cousin for next year?
This was the most difficult thing, and I've been talking to you about this for 3 weeks already, I feel, since we started the promos. But I still don't know if I'm gonna get a cousin or an avec because as you know, I like stuffing my Hobonichi child full with memories and pretty things. So it's not clean looking, and it's getting quite heavy, and it's way bigger than its own clothes, aka the Hobonichi cover. So it's I want it to be neat. Maybe 2022 will have more minimalist themes, but I don't really know how well I can control that. Like I think it's against my personality, but I do love the aesthetic. So let's leave that on the table. People will just see it on our Instagram page.
Yay. Actually, I do want to try the cousin or the cousin avec. It's just that I'm not sure if I can even commit to it. I think I'll just do a day free because honestly, not that I don't like. There's a trade off here. Like I enjoyed it when I used the Hobonichi A6 as my planner at the start of the year, but I also didn't like the size of it.
Mhm.
My handwriting tends to be a little bit bigger, especially if it's cursive. And so if I do write in cursive, that's not going to work in the A6, basically in the boxes of Hobonichi. So I usually write in print so that it's going to fit in the boxes.
That's true.
But I do like the pressure of, there's a date. So you're like, oh, you have to write because there is a date. So there. So mid-year, I actually did transition from using the Hobonichi A6 planner
Mhm.
as a journal to a learning log slash journal wherein I log down the stuff I learn per day. So yeah, pretty much pushes me to like learn something new each day. And then I moved to a plain was that a Galen leather? Yeah, it's a Galen leather B5
Mhm.
notebook, and that's what I use as a journal because I like the fact that the paper is plain and I can just put a guide at the back. So yeah, there. So we'll see. We'll see.
So wait, in summary, you are getting one of the A6s, am I right?
Maybe. Actually, I'm not really sure yet because I have a commitment already in towards um one specific item, which we're gonna talk about in the
Oh,
next.
it's
I mean, after this.
okay, next book type. Next book type. Let's get to.
Okay, so the next book type is going to be Weeks. So yeah, it's the Hobonichi Techo Weeks, and it comes in two. Can I call this sizes? Yeah, maybe I'll just call them sizes, or like two thickness. One is a slim, and one is a mega. So no, actually they don't call it slim. Okay, please do not. I just made it up. But yeah, it's the Weeks which is slim, and the Weeks Mega which is mega. Has more pages basically. In terms of size, it's the same dimensions. It's really just more of the width, or like how many pages, extra blank pages is available. So sorry, right now we're trying to be very spontaneous, so I don't really know how many pages would be the difference between a Weeks and a Weeks Mega, but you will be able to find that in the website.
I do know the number of pages.
Oh my god, you know? Okay,
Yeah, it's
go.
72 or 73 extra pages in the back
Oh,
for the mega.
beautiful.
I don't know how I
Thank you.
know that. Maybe recency effect. But yes, it's around that. I'm pretty sure.
Are you researching about the Weeks?
Because I'm gonna get one. It's
Oh,
part
there you have it. There you have it. Okay, so compared to the A5 and A6, which just have plain covers, because you will be able to buy an actual cover. Here, the Weeks, the hard, the I mean the paper, the basically the cover itself, sans an additional cover, is already accentuated. Like it already has a bunch of designs, and we're gonna go through the designs right now.
Oh, we are. I didn't know that. Oh god. You've got the plain stuff.
Well, yeah, here are the plain stuff. So actually, the thing with the Weeks and the Weeks Mega, one thing to note is that the Weeks usually have a lot of choices. You have a lot of choices for the Weeks, but
Yeah.
for the Weeks Mega, it's just plain colors. I mean, nothing wrong with that, but just plain colors.
Yeah. But okay, while we're scrolling through the designs, I'm just gonna describe it because I don't know why it's such a vivid memory of me that I have at least. My last weeks, Hobonichi Weeks was in 2019. I know that currently you own one, but currently yours is a standard, the Weeks quote unquote slim. And I used to own a Weeks Mega.
Ooh.
Use it
Okay.
extensively. But the most remarkable thing about the Hobonichi Weeks is that it's slimmer in dimensions to the A5 and the A6 books of the Hobonichi line. The most well-known say quote unquote trademark of the weeks is that it's slimmer and that it has a weekly horizontal layout, okay? And the left page will always have around tama ba 7 days? 7 days of the week.
Yeah, 7 days.
Okay. And then to the right side will be a blank but gridded page. So a lot that actually has a lot of promise for the different ways that you want to plan because some people like horizontal, some people like vertical, some people like to extend the left page all the way to the right page so that they have more room to write, which is what I did before. Some people like turning the book like 360 degrees by 90 degrees so that even if the dates are like oriented incorrectly, they have your typical weekly vertical
Mm,
layout, which is what I planned for this year. So
mm,
that's the beauty of the weeks in that it's still open to it's just right actually for people who want to have the in between of the A5 and the A6. Oh, and there's still the monthly spreads at the start. So good job,
yeah,
weeks.
good
Yay.
job. Weeks. So let's take a look at the designs that they have here. Probably you can just choose one, or I don't know which covers from the week sparks joy.
We made a post recently. We actually took a poll because like on the day that the full lineup was released, I kind of freaked out on our Instagram stories. Yeah, it was around 4ish p.m. and I was like, okay, I got a collage to get a poll so that people have input. And the main thing right now, and this won the most votes, is the Mother Four Side slash Moon Side Hobonichi Weeks standard.
Oh, this.
Yeah, it is that one. It's essentially well, Hobonichi. I don't know why they have this really good relationship with whoever created Mother the video game. So it's like, I don't know, 8-bit, 16-bit. And this particular week's book depicts different areas in the game. I've never played the game. I've
Oh,
never played the game, but
never.
so cute. It's so cute. But and last year I actually got a pencil board that is mother related. So might as well dive in much deeper this year and get the mother Hobonichi Weeks. Amen.
Ooh, that's what you're that's what you're getting. Nice, nice.
Yes. What about you?
I'm actually quite conflicted with two designs. So one is similar to like last for this year, which is a plod, but this one is classic in I think this is black, white, and gray.
Yes.
So um, there you have it. Or I wanted one that had prints. So this one, I think yeah, this is the forest tiger. So I think it's cute. I think
Oh,
it's a very cute design. There you have it. So cute. Look at the tiger. It's like
yes. It's
children.
oh, and it's textured. It's a hard cover as oh well. Oh, by the way, we forgot to say that the weeks covers, they are flourished already. There are plain covers, but some are hardbound, like this forest tiger one and the mother one, but and the plaid one that Ryan was talking about. But the other plainer ones can come with a soft cover. That
Yeah.
is good. So so far our priorities are the same. Hardcover all the way.
Yeah. So I think there are some covers that are like laminated, some covers that are paper, and then this one is made of yeah, cotton. I mean I think it's a necktie. The material is really a necktie. It's really um cloth.
It's so
Yeah.
easy and well thought out.
Yeah. So I'm considering that. Actually, I also like the evergreen. It's just that it's leather, but it's you can't. I always think that you have to put a cover on cover on your weeks because they're quite fragile. I don't know. I just think they're quite fragile covers. They're
Oh.
not.
So you do
As,
put a cover on cover, that plastic cover, on it.
yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Here's an example. So
Okay.
there's a cover on cover, which makes the weeks really really portable and something that you can just really bring with you anywhere because it's so light.
I want one. And there are pretty cover and on covers this year that are floral. So we're really excited about the week's line this year. If you'll notice, we have decisive choices in this season. But for everything else, not really. The week's lineup has been, I don't know. I'm really excited to get to it because I don't know why. It's just something new again.
Yeah. Yay, yay, yay. How about do you wanna do you want us to take a look at the covers available for A5 and A6?
Oh, I already know which one I want. I plan on getting covers for the
Oh,
A6 and the A5 because you can technically still fill in those with any A5 or A6 notebook, whether or not it's Hobonichi. So
okay, do you want to share yours?
my A6, let's go back to the A6. My A6, oh, we're there. My A6 choice is Into the Forest. We
Oh
do
my god, we have the same.
stories. Yes, it's exactly the same one. Ryan and I agree on this. It's is it a real leather cover or is it synthetic?
Yes, I'm very particular with leather. I think they said it's cow leather.
That's gonna be
Yeah, yeah.
something good. And
It's,
there, oh gosh,
yeah, cow leather. It's right. Yeah,
yes, we win this time around. And it's only available for A6. The texture is great. There's embossing or debossing of the Hobonichi logo in gold, I think. And
yeah.
on the rightmost side, it's unusual because usually the covers don't have a flap. This one has a flap. So when you essentially cover your A6 notebook, you won't see the side of the notebook. All you'll see with the cover on are the top and bottom portions of the notebook. So I'm kind of really excited. Can we get this one, Ryan? Twinsies.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it because there's quote unquote competition
Which one's
when it comes
yours?
to
Which one's the other one?
so I'm looking at, well, one is similar to this style. It's Safari. It's called Safari 2
Oh,
here.
that one. It also has a flap.
Yes, it also has a flap, and it's a mix of I'm not sure with the material. I think it's nylon. I'll have to double check what they call it. Okay, I can
Polyester. It's both
polyester.
polyester and cow leather, but the polyester is navy for that one.
Yes, the navy one, and then the brown one will have to be the cow leather. So it's nice. It's very academic.
Academic. I mean, the picture on the screen on the website essentially has a guy in jumpers in a library. So,
Yeah,
store. So it's totally our aesthetic. We're into this. Oh
yeah.
no.
So another one, and then the third one, which is so expensive, I don't think I'll be able to buy it because it's kind of expensive, and it's a lottery sale. This one, the what's this? The starter techo roll.
It doesn't feel so starter. Neither is the price.
Yeah, actually, neither is a price, but look, you can put your pens inside. Look at
Exactly.
that.
Oh, it's just one big sheet of leather with certain other leather attachments. It's tan. What do you call that? It's tan? Is it tan? It's brown.
I
Let's go with
yeah,
brown.
yeah, let's go with brown. So there, that's another option, but this is like my third option. Actually, my first one is the Safari 2. My
Mhm.
second one is Into the Forest, and then the third one is the starter techo roll.
Well, apparently I'm safe from these dangers because my only option after the polls especially is really just into the forest. Forest
Mm.
green, a really dark forest green. You have me. Oh dear, I just saw other mothers that show those to me. I need to
Oh,
play
mother.
before I acquire more mother related things.
Okay, so I think that's it for A6.
Yes.
Yeah.
On
Okay,
to
let's
five.
A5, A5.
Oh god, A5. All right. Dearest,
Okay, you go.
I'm excited. I know that there's a lot of hype about the Animal Crossing covers, both in A6 and A5, but I'm not going there, okay? I have my island on my Switch. I am fine. There are only two options for me right now. One is on the screen. It's called Reflect. Um, because I want to be feminine.
This one.
Yes, I want to like I haven't like I would say that my usual style is kind of noisy. I mean, if you're looking at what I'm wearing right now, I'm kind of loud. So I like the contrast of having a book that's like, for lack of a better term, classy and is very contrasting with the type of person that I come off to be, and my pen collection even comes off to be. This one is. It looks like it's, I don't know. It looks like it's really tough material on the outside. It's salmon pink. There's a flap just for a big, what do you call that? A button? A coin looking a coin looking button to clasp everything together. My only worry about this one is that the insides are baked. So it might get dirty.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah, and you cannot put a cover on this one because there's a clasp. So in terms of practicality, in terms of looks, 10, 11 over 10. Okay. But in terms of maintenance, this is a high maintenance choice, which leads me to my other A5 option, which is the likelier one that I will get. I'm not sure I can pronounce it. Um, but it's the Hardon. Are we gonna be French? Okay, there. There. Yes. Jardine, Hardin, Hardin, sorry. Just
I
so
think
that
it's Hardin.
Hardin kasi Pilipino tayo, 'di ba? And like we have Spanish
Hard.
in our language. It does mean garden. So This other option is, again, I'm into it because I like florals and I like how muted it is. The inside portion of the cover is dark, so I don't have to worry too much about getting it dirty. And my only problem, I think, is the price.
How
It's
much is
more
it?
expensive. Well, they're around the same price. Hardin
Oh,
around the same price as Reflect, but at least I think I can use this for longer because it's easier to maintain than Reflect. So that's my likely A5 purchase cover. What about you?
okay. Yeah. Um, you'll laugh because my choice is for the A5.
What is
It's the same as the A6, but I'm not gonna get both.
two?
Just that I also like the A5 version of the Safari too. It's so nice. It looks like a portfolio. So actually, there I'm like half hearted. Like, what will I get? The Safari 2 will be either in A5 or A6. So we'll see. But it looks so nice. Look at how sleek it looks like
It
if
is.
it's
It looks like
A5.
you're gonna get down to business to defeat the Huns.
Exactly. So yeah, that's one choice that I have. And then another one, oh good lord, I don't even know. Actually, it's also the starter Tetrarol.
Oh, that price means
It's so
it
expensive.
doesn't want to be bought by us.
But look at that. It's so nice. But
Yeah.
yeah, this is like my last actually this is more of just it's not really something I would buy, but maybe in another life I would actually buy it. But maybe not now.
Wait,
Um
can we
yeah,
just show them something? Could you scroll down a bit and show everyone the Stroll Black? Because move one up. Because it says Stroll Black to the right. It looks like a suitcase, but
yeah,
actually a cover.
yeah. It's a porter cover. Actually, I do have a bag. I'm not sure if you noticed my bags before.
Yeah,
I do have a bunch of porter bags.
it looks so official, but like official in like a hype way.
I'm only sad it's only available in Japan.
What? I
Yeah, it is.
Okay, that sucks. I got a bit
Yeah.
excited.
All the porter choices are only available in Japan. Yeah.
That sucks. And that means that for everyone's information, yes, Hobonichi does ship to the Philippines and according to their website to over 21 countries via I think FedEx. But there are things on the website that are for Japan only or
Yeah.
for web shop purchase only or for lottery lottery purchase only, lottery sale only. And sometimes you can hit the jackpot wherein the product that you want is only for Japan, only for lottery, and web shop only. That just means it's not meant to be.
Yeah, that's true. And then I'm also have another one. I just sorry. This time around, I'm just gonna scroll. So guys, you gotta deal with me as I'm gonna scroll and I'm gonna look for my other option aside from the Safari too. I remember I selected one. It's just that I can't remember. Or probably it's really just Safari 2 for the A5.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm sure
I
we'll find that other cover. And I can cut this part out and make it shorter if ever it takes too much time. Magic.
you know what? I still want the the camp cover from 2021.
That was a lot. It was quite in demand actually.
Yeah. It's like, oh my god, I should have bought that. But anyways, it's only available I think in A6. So yeah.
That's true. And we're
This one
not
is
going
also
camping
cute.
anytime soon. Oh, that's cute. This one is called I think we posted this on our IG stories. I just didn't know what to call it.
Today's adventure.
Oh, it's
Today's
Today's
ad-
Adventure. Oh,
yeah.
it's made by this cover is made by the same guy who made or person. Sorry, I'm not sure about gender right now. But the illustrations on the cover are the same characters, or it's the same illustrator as the day free flip art.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, they also sell. Actually, later when we go to the accessories, the same artist also has a bunch of accessories. Also, I mean, his designs were transformed into accessories as well.
Oh,
So yeah, I think in terms of the A5, that's the only thing yeah, it's the only thing I want. A little bit of the Glen plaid, but not so much
no.
really. It's just yeah, not so much. Yeah, I
So
guess it's really safari too for me.
then are we gonna check out at the same time in Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, in 5 days?
Yes, we could. But yeah, that's what I'm contemplating right now. If I'm gonna buy a lot, it's better to order directly from the Japanese. I mean, from the Hobonichi website, because one of the things I observed is that if you do tend to buy very few things, it's better to buy from, let's say, for example, from your local shop. Like in the Philippines, we have Scribe,
Mhm.
who's also going to sell whatever Hobonichi will be selling. If you're gonna buy few things, at least because the shipping will cost you a lot, and so at least you know less cost for the shipping. But if you will be buying a lot of things, at least that the shipping is justified if you have a lot of things on your cart.
Oh, but make it less or around 10,000 pesos in conversion. And
Yeah,
it's always easier to pay by credit card, or I'm not sure if via PayPal. Okay, just so that quick advice, you don't get killed by the fees. You're not gonna enjoy your package if you overpaid. So yeah, we're gonna shop, but we're gonna shop mindfully and in a well-informed manner. So let's do this. Are we gonna talk about the 5-year books before we
yeah,
move
sure.
to
We
the
can go
three?
there.
I think this can be
We,
short. Because I own one Hobonichi 5-year in A6, and Ryan owns a Midori 5 or 3 year.
it's a 5 year, but it doesn't lay flat, so it doesn't spark joy.
We're here.
Sorry, sorry.
The 5-year techo is essentially, if you translate it to 5-year notebook, it's available in A6 and A5 sizes. So if you like to write a lot about your days, well then good for you. Go for the A5. If you just want to write one line, okay, go for the A6. The left hand side will always show one day but different years, and the right hand side is blank. So it's very much like the weeks in that sense, but the size is obviously an A6 or A5 dimension. I have one. It's been great. If I were you, because there was an announcement about Tomoe River paper still being stocked by Hobonichi up until 2022, get it now.
Get
Get
it
it
now.
now, because of course innovations can be taken into consideration. Of course, that like Sakai is saying that Tomoe River paper will be stopped in production doesn't mean that there won't be better papers that will replace it in Hobonichi. But if you're really a stickler to Tomoe River paper, this is likely your last chance to get your 5-year techo with Tomoe River paper. So dive in, get it, go.
Get it. Get it.
Very
And then the
distinct.
cover.
The covers are pretty basic. You've got a few leather ones, and then you've got special. Ooh, look at the Sartor Tetra one. Oh, we're really into the leather here. We can already smell it. The other ones are a bit. The other designs of the covers are quite, for lack of a better term, feminine. So if that isn't your thing, they're also pastelly or floral, or they've got birds. So if that isn't your thing, I'm sure that there are other A5 covers or A6 covers that will fit your Hobonichi A5 Hobonichi 5-year techo. Yes. Did I do that well? Are we
Yes.
done with this part?
Yes. We should go now to the accessories. Yeah.
Yay.
Okay, let's go to the
The
accessories.
other half of my
Okay.
purchases always amounts to what I get in the accessories line. What are you
Okay,
getting?
you take over, Jika, because
Oh
most of the
no.
accessories you get.
I am such a fan of the accessories. There are like the basic stuff. It's in the accessories tab on the website that you can get your cover on covers for any Hobonichi book and any Hobonichi book size. So those are essentially plain plastic covers. There are also special plastic covers that repeat throughout the years. This year, there are special cover on covers by Hiiragi, because it's two eyes. Hiiragi. For A6, A5, and the weeks. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's great. The other highlight is that this is the space where you can get your Hobonichi plain notebooks in A6 and A5. Usually, these notebooks come just in a plain cover that's orange, but this year there are also Hiiragi. I really apologize for pronunciation. But they're illustrated black background with floral and somewhat medieval looking illustrations. So you can be sure that I will get quite a few of that. For my limited use is that you can only purchase up to 10 notebooks on the Hobonichi website just so that no hoarding takes place. Okay, so no to hoarding. There are a lot of good papers. Thank you, Tokyo Inklings, for that information. But I'm also not sure if those notebooks count, like, say, does that mean I can get 10 A5s and then 10 A6s? Can I get like 10 Yuka Hiiragis in A5 and then 10 in the plain, that sort of thing? All I know is that there's a 10 notebook limit. I said a
Wow.
lot. What else? Sorry.
Yeah. Earlier I mentioned about the artist Shinsuke Yoshitaki.
Yes.
So he's also the same artist who created the Flip cartoon in the Day Free. So his work also, I believe, is a stamp.
Oh, I'm so into stamps.
Yeah.
Ooh, they're so detailed. They're teensy stamps. Oh, they're not. The stamps aren't self-inking, but they do come in a set with two stamp pads each. Am I right?
Yes. Right.
It's
It does come with a stamp pad there.
oh, and the cartoons are doing the silliest things.
And then if you're not a stamp person like I am, well, I do like stamps. It's just that, oh my god, it's gonna take a lot of work. They have stickers also. Cute. Look at the stickers.
I want it all now. This is the first time I'm seeing this.
There. Cute. Look, look, look. Can
Oh,
you imagine what you're gonna do with your day free?
oh, it's good. The months pages are gonna look so good with these stickers.
Yes, yes, yes.
How dare! Well, I look forward to it. That means you're getting stickers and I'm getting stamps. Oh no, said our wallets.
Oh no. Yeah. And they also have new pencil boards.
Oh, are you gonna get a new pencil board this year, Ryan?
Well, actually, there's one pencil board design that struck me. Actually, one is a color, which is the navy. This one,
Ooh.
and then another pencil board that caught my attention was this one, the Saul, Saul or
Sol.
Soul,
Sol
Soul.
lighter?
Yeah,
Later? Lighter? Either way.
yeah. Look at that. Look at the weeks. It's so nice. This
I
one.
know we essentially added a heart to this one. Because like regardless of what book or cover I get, I will likely get any one of these.
Yeah,
They're so
so
pretty.
nice. I like this one.
The weeks, no, which is
Yeah, the
the
weeks.
lighter one. It's so you know how we've been in a pandemic for almost 2 years. These are pictures of outside.
Things we want to experience again. The joy of walking in the rain
Yeah,
with
we
no
don't even
mask.
mind anymore, even if it's in the rain, like even if it's in bad weather. Like we just want to get outside again safely without the threat on anyone's life. So thank you, Saw Lighter. We're gonna get your pencil boards. Still don't know which sides. Oh, what other things? If you were to recommend one thing other than the pencil board, obviously, from the Hobonichi accessory page, what do you think it would be?
Hmm. Um, I think I'll have to dig a bit deeper, but they do have these stickers which you can use for your calendar. So you can use that in your monthly and yeah, in your monthly calendar so that you can like put circles or like frames per date so that it you can accentuate your like monthly pages.
Oh,
I
you
just
have
can't.
those stickers? Are those the dot stickers?
Yeah, the dot one, and then there are those that look like picture frames. Let me show you. If I have one sample here.
It's
Yeah,
not
so it's
on the website, so yes.
yeah, so it's something like that.
Oh, it fits the
There.
box perfectly.
Yes, for the week, surprisingly.
They thought of everything. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
so
But
that's what I'd recommend.
what would I recommend? I already thought it up a while ago and then it disappeared just now. Oh, there are the stickers. So right now on
Yes,
the
there
screen,
it is.
the stickers. Ooh, they look like stamp borders. Did you get all of them, Ryan, or do they come in like a set of
I
five?
think this is a set. Yeah, this one. This is a set, I believe.
That's so sulit. That's so worth it because it's like 4 by 5, so 20. Can't count. 100 stickers. That's more than enough for a year.
Or maybe more.
Or maybe more. Fine, good point. Maybe not a lot of special things happen over the year. Um, what do I recommend for people to get here other than like the basic pencil board, cover uncover, notebook? What do I use the most? Oh dear. Ah, this one is only available via the Japan shop. This sucks. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna recommend something that you're gonna have to quote unquote pasabay. Um, I'm sure that a lot of people, a lot of our listeners who are based in the West already have access to blotting paper. We don't. Whenever I Google or look for shops that supply blotting paper, the first thing that comes up are those blotting papers that are bright blue that they use for oil on your face. So the only place where I found fountain pen blotting paper is on the Hobonichi site. I actually got someone who had a contact in Japan to send me over J. Urban ink blotting paper. And it's just 10 sheets, but those 10 sheets are more than enough to get you through everything. I've only used 2 sheets so far, and I just like stuff it into any notebook that I have. Like on the screen right now, I think you can see it. It's quite dirty, but it's not gross. It's not anything with ink. And it's been super useful, especially in Tomoe River paper, where admittedly, I don't know what you call it, the sizing or the laminate tends to make wetter inks take a longer time to dry. I'm talking to you, Apache Sunset.
Yeah,
So I needed the ink blotting paper. So that's only available at least proximally to the Philippines on this site. So that's the thing I'm gonna recommend. If you can get it, get it.
yeah, get it.
Why? What?
Yeah, so I think that's it in terms of like the 2022 lineup. Probably one of the things I did realize for like using the week specifically as a planner, have to be more particular with the ink that I use, especially if I would tend to like put my hand on top of the paper when something has already been written there, it can smudge, especially if it's not like waterproof ink. So there. Yeah, just something to take note of.
That's true. Also, why you might want to get ink blotting paper, or if you already
Exactly.
purchased your Galen leather thing, they usually have blotting leather sheets alongside
Yeah.
it. Useful.
Right.
So that's it. Our tour of the Hobonichi Techo website, the Hobonichi Techo 2022 releases that spark joy. And this episode will be released. Wait, on the 15th, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
September 15th. So we're a bit late for the actual first day of purchasing on the Hobonichi website. But who knows? Maybe on September 15th you haven't decided about your purchases yet. And maybe this episode will help you do that. Because remember, things will be in stock for quite a while. Or pray for that for everyone's sake.
Don't panic, guys. Don't panic.
Because there's still an April start.
Yeah. So there. So I think once again that's another episode of Pen. Thanks everyone for listening.
Follow us on social media. We'll add the links everywhere. Bye-bye.
Bye.